My name is Curtis Harris, and I'm the designer of the app 465 Tell No Lies for Apple and Android. 465 Tell No Lies is an app that allows you to mentor yourself and be a mentor to others. Sometimes we all need someone watching over us to help push us towards our goal. An accountability partner. When you have the added boost of someone else's evaluation, you're more likely to put in extra effort. Extra effort yields to faster results. Let's log in. When you log in, it'll bring you to the home page. The home page will always have today's date highlighted. You press on today's date, it'll take you to the detail page. These are the 5 details that I use to collect points. These are also the 5 details that I've used in the automotive industry to help me be very successful. These are also the 5 details that I've used to teach my son to help him earn a Division I scholarship for football. Now let's talk about the 5 details and how you collect points. As you can see, prayer is worth 5 points. Prayer is one of the things I've been taught since I was a little kid. Prayer is one of the ones that I know is very important to me. So therefore, how I use prayer in the automotive industry, prayers, I wake up every morning and I say my prayers. Based on the automotive industry, you never know what you're walking into. So therefore, you always have to have that shield and that protection over you. I also use prayer to tell my son as far as, his situation with epilepsy. That's a situation that God's going to have to take care of. So you definitely want to pray about that and many other things as you go throughout the course of life. By putting my notes in about prayer, I'll just use test for right now. I'm able to collect my points for that day. And you'll see my point total went to 5. The next detail I'll talk about is extra work. As you can see, extra work counts for 4 points. Extra work is one of the things I believe you always have to put in if you want to be great at something. Some people can just be good, some people can be average, depending on your ability. You might be able to, excel above, a little above. But the problem is, if you want to be excellent at something, if you want to be absolutely great at something, I believe you actually have to put in the extra work. Extra work I use in the automotive industry is what I call my red carpet experience, the BMW Curtis red carpet experience. What I do is I actually roll out a red carpet, take a picture with all my customers when they do purchase an automotive vehicle from us. Then I post that picture on Facebook. It gives that customer that sense of feel, that sense of pride that, their purchase was not just like a regular purchase. Extra, I don't have to do that, but that's just something I do extra that actually adds more business to me. The same thing as far as, with my son in football. I mean, it's things you're going to have to do above and beyond what the coaches are asking in order for you to excel, or in order for you to earn their trust, in order for you to earn that starting position, in order for you to earn that scholarship. Those are just things that I call extra work, the things that you do above and beyond what you're asked to do. And we'll just put test in here and collect those points. And as you'll see, we're at 9 points now. The next detail we'll talk about is education. Education is real big. If you're trying to do anything and you're not educating yourself, you're hurting yourself. Education to me in the automotive industry is learning your business, learning your product, learning your customers. You have to educate yourself. You have to continuously educate yourself. That is something that is very big. The education that I tell my son as far as using it with his abilities, you're gonna have to get your grades. Grades are the most important thing when you're trying to get into school. Also with education, you're gonna have to educate yourself on what the coaches are trying to teach you. Coaches are trying to teach you their way, they're trying to teach you their philosophy, they're trying to teach you the way they want things done. You're gonna have to educate yourself and get into that playbook. You're gonna have to educate yourself and see that extra work that they're asking for you to put in. You're gonna have to educate yourself. Education is a very big one. Let's put in tests for education and collect those points. And as you'll see now, we're at 12 points for the day. The next one we're looking at is health and equipment. No matter what industry you're in, you need to be healthy. Health is very important. If you're not healthy and your body won't allow you to do it, you're not going to be able to do it. So health is very important in the industry. Same thing with equipment. Health, you taking care of your equipment. Whatever the environment you're in, you might be in a field where you have equipment that you need to take care of. Equipment is very important. Taking care of that product, taking care of that things that's going to help you succeed. The way I look at health for my son in the football side of it is before is, taking care of your body, making sure you get your stretches, making sure you're taking, proper meals, making sure you're getting your proper rest. He has epilepsy as well, so making sure you're taking your medicine. So those are things that I look at for his health on that field. Health on my side, as far as the automotive industry, you're going to have to be able to grind every day in this automotive industry. So therefore, you have to have a healthy body. You have to get the proper rest. You have to have those things as well. But whether you look at equipment, I feel that you have to have your equipment to the most pristine condition. You have to make sure when that customer or that client walks in there that they're going to see a product that looks great and looks, like they're ready to purchase. So therefore, taking care of that equipment and making sure that equipment is ready to go when they come is very important. And that's the way I look at health and equipment. Let's collect those points for that. And as you'll see, we're at 14 points right now. The next detail we'll look at is attitude. Attitude is another one of those things that are very important. I mean, if you have a bad attitude, you're pretty much going to have a bad time. People look at your attitude. Attitude I use in different ways. I mean, based on how you want to use it, you can use it in, whichever way you see. But attitude I use is, what are you doing for someone else? Not what you did for yourself that day, or have you put on this persona of you had a great attitude today. Attitude to me is, what did you do for someone else today? So therefore, it can be anything like, you might have helped the lady at the grocery store carry her groceries to the car, something like that. For me, it might be in the automotive industry, a customer's birthday. I'm gonna call that customer, wish them happy birthday, send them a card, send them a little gift out of the parts department or something like that. That's what I did for someone else. So that's what I look at with attitude when I'm looking at attitude. But like I said, there's many different ways you can use attitude, and attitude is very important. But to me, attitude is one of those things that, can go a bunch of different ways on how you want someone to carry it. But like I said, it's what you did for someone else today that what moves me with attitude. Now let's collect those points of attitude. Put in test. As you'll notice, we collected 15 points total. 15 points is pretty much how I came with the name for the app, 465. 15 times 31. 31 is the most days you're gonna get in any month. That equals 465. 465. And I was like, okay, that's a great name. But then I came up with something like, well, how do you know if somebody lied to you about, whether they're putting in? And I was laying in bed one day and I came up with 465 tell no lies. And to me, the tell no lies part is if I'm a professional and I'm mentoring you, if this is my craft and this is what I do, and I'm mentoring you, and you're putting in stuff and I notice and I'm going over your stuff and I see that, hey, this doesn't look right, I know when you're lying to me, because this is my profession. This is what I do. This is what you're trying to do. So you won't be able to get over on me. So it was like 465 tell no lies. Okay, now that I've collected all those points, you might say, what's next? Then we go over here, we go to charts. These are going to be my monthly charts. These are going to change every month based on your input. So therefore, out of the 40 points that I could have collected this month, I've only collected 15. I've actually did better than that. This is the test part of it. So therefore, I can scroll up. I can see where I'm at. Obviously, the orange is bad. The lime green is good. So I'm at 12.5% gain on education for this month. Same thing with health and equipment, same thing with attitude. This will always show my year to date. The year to date will always stay the same based on the year to date. That will never change. But the months, you can actually keep scrolling through the months, and that will always change based on your input every month. Then I can go back, I can say, well, let's see what you did in March. I can go through March and see the exact same thing. Like I said, the year to date is always going to be the same. So that'll never change. So when you're looking at your charts. Now, in the beginning, we talked about being a mentor to yourself. Now, these charts will give you a quick eye view of the things you probably need to work on to get more focused on, which area that you feel that, you're slacking on. Gives you a quick eye view of that. But we also talked about being a mentor to others, and that's where this comes to play. You go to settings, and you'll see that these are the people that have allowed me access to view their charts. So therefore, I can go and view their charts, their notes, and see where they're at. Let's use Derek, for example. If I go back to Derek, I can look at his prayer. I can look at his extra work. I can look at his education. I can look at his attitude. I can look at his health. So these are things that I can read through and see what Derek is talking about. And it might be a situation where I might need to reach out. It's something that he may be talking about in his prayer, or something that he be talking about in his extra work, or things like that. Things that I like about extra work is because you can take your link from, say, Instagram, and you can put the link at the bottom, and I can copy and paste it and put it in my Instagram, and I can see the work that you've been doing. I can visualize and see, like, oh, okay, I see he talked about this, and now I can actually tell that he's actually been doing these things. So therefore, you have a visual picture of it that way, or maybe something he put on Twitter, maybe something put on Facebook, and just copy that link to it. Let's look at, want to go look at Derek's charts. Look at Derek's charts. The day's not over, and I know Derek, he usually waits to the night to kind of finish his up once he's done with everything. But he's sitting at 75% right now on prayer. Same thing, 75 on extra work. Also sitting at 50% on education. So it might be a situation I talked to Derek about, hey, look, man, we need to look into this education. What's going wrong? What are we not doing? I know Derek is actually about to graduate right now from Carson Newman. So therefore, it's a situation where he's really not taking a lot of classes. So the education part, that's what he's missing on. But we have to talk about, like, what are you doing to educate yourself on where you're trying to go? Health and equipment, he's sitting at 75%. Same thing with attitude, 75%. But you'll notice for year to date right now with Derek, he's sitting at 90%, 85%, 76, 90, and 85. I mean, that's a great report card. That's something I'll look at and be like, hey, look, this is a kid that I probably want to definitely help or reach out to more, or give some more extra effort to see, what can I do to help them out. You can go back to Derek's chart for March. You notice sitting at 100% on prayer, sitting at 93% on extra work, sitting at 92.3% on education. But these are all things that I can go back and kind of judge and see, like, hey, this kid is really putting in work. This kid is really putting in the time and effort. So therefore, when I go back and I'm looking at Derek's charts, I know also, once you click on the date, you can always go back and look at any date. But once 11:59 p.m. passes on that day, you can never go back and put in any extra notes. So it doesn't matter what happens. If you forgot, it doesn't matter. You cannot go back in and put in any extra notes. That's part of being responsible. I call that the responsibility part of it. But you can always go back and check someone's notes and go back to any date and see, what's going on. It might be a situation where a kid might need someone to call and talk to him or reach out to him. Or, in my son's situation, it might be something he's talking about that he's able to put on his phone that I might be able to say and, have an intelligent conversation about. Now let's go back to settings. Now, even though the app is free for anyone to download, there is a paid access part for you to gain access to be able to view these people's notes and their charts that have allowed you access to view those. All you do is you'll go up to gain access here, and that'll take you to a page, the subscription page, which you'll see $6.99 a month, which comes with a 7-day free trial. Or you'll also see $59.99 for the year, which also still comes with that 7-day free trial that you can cancel at any time. But that's how you'll get there, and that's how you'll get into this paid subscription part of it. Like I said, that allows you to be a mentor to anybody that has allowed you access to mentor them. Now from settings, we'll go back to the drop-down screen. But you can see, we click on home screen, take you back to the calendar. We click on my profile. My profile, you can put your picture up there. Put a picture of me and my beautiful little baby little girl. Click on settings. Settings brings you to everybody that you're being able to follow, everybody that has given you access to follow them. You go up here to manage user. If it's someone you're looking for that's a part of the app, that you can actually just put in their information and it'll pull them up, and you'll be able to allow them to follow you as well, be a mentor. Charts, we already took a look at charts, so you'll be able to go to charts and take a look at the charts and see how they are. Like I said, move the charts around if you want, however you want. And go back and you'll have contact us, you have about us, and you have log out. Hopefully you took this app and looked it over or listened to this video. I appreciate that. Hopefully you found some things that you can use it for, because it's not just for, football or sports or the car industry, anything like that. It can be used in so many different ways. And I hope that you found a way that it can benefit you and, help actually benefit others. I always pray every day that, God put me in a situation where I'm able to help kids. And I believe this is a way that a lot of us can actually help kids and reach out to them and be a mentor to them and actually see the effort and responsibilities that they are putting in. If it's something that they really want, I believe they'll put in the efforts and show you that they really want it. It'll show on the daily charts and it'll show on the yearly charts. I also have these bands that I made. They have 465 Tell No Lies on them. Got those, anybody that's interested, just, get in contact with me. You have my Facebook, actually my phone number popped up on there. Just let me know, I'll be happy to get those to you free of charge. Just getting the word out there and just, being a member and subscribing to the app. Hopefully I've answered any questions, but if you have any other questions, just go to contact me. I'll be happy to answer those questions. And once again, I very much appreciate you for taking the time to watch this video. And hopefully, like I said, you can find a way that it'll work for you.